Before publishing with Penguin, I have another small publishers approach me and asked me to write about it, but I was kind of flying under the radar because of my legal status. I was hoping to get some sort of legal guarantee before I speak out. Back on Manus Prison, I used to keep a journal, just documenting and jotting down some of the things that was happening at the time. The journal was primarily for legal purposes. I just thought this shit gotta see the light of the day at some point. I was just documenting pretty much everything that was happening in the prison. But then when the publisher approached and we had a few conversations, and I said, you know what, I could actually rely on that journals and add some flesh from the memory to that bones and then develop into a book. So that's how it started. But I didn't realize how much of a thinking and rewinding young memory actually goes into writing. During the writing process, I think the most difficult part was like I would wake up almost every night, like back in Manus, I would wake up like sweating from nightmares. I was surprised by myself, like how starkly similar the way the community were structured in Burma to a prison essentially. And then I was quite surprised and shocked at the time. Now I think I should have known more the intentions and all the other bad intentions behind those rules back in Burma, where I use a lot of my experience growing up in Arakan, like to draw the analogy what was happening back on Manus, back in inside the prison. Then it made me realize like how struggling similar the situations in Arakan. Literally anyone could become a refugee. Just a genocide doesn't happen overnight. It has a lot of precursors, and we probably should pay more attention to that. So it is primarily about me growing up in Burma and how becoming a refugee. The first few chapters was like essentially you could put the subtitles on it, say like the making of a refugee or the making of a genocide, which was pretty much everything that happens in Burma. And suddenly out of nowhere, you got knocked off and became a refugee overnight. So I think, yeah, it contributed to the experience and the rules and the structure that were happening at the time in Burma.